Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And thank the panel for coming and speaking in front of us today. And generals, thank you for your distinguished service. General Richardson, could you tell us about the ISR capabilities that you have, and are they sufficient? And if not, what upgrades can we help you with?
So I get about 2% of the DoD ISR in U.S. Southcom, and it meets about 17% of my requirement for the ISR. I want to thank the department and thank Congress for the support of the government-owned and contract-operated and the contract-owned and contract-operated ISR that I'm able to get as well. That helps build that requirement a little bit more. Domain awareness is really important for the region. It's a really big region. And being able to see the threats, counter the threats, also expose the malign activity to our partner nations, because when we expose it and say where it is, they go right after it. They'll go out with their coastal patrol vessels to the semi-submersibles or go-fast vessels that are in the maritime domain, excuse me, to counter that. And so, but the ISR is critical and the domain awareness is critical. And so we don't have, as I said, 17% of the requirement.
17%?
Right.
Where's your comfortable operating zone? 80?
It would be more towards that end, yes.
Okay. What authorities do you have in combating transnational criminal organizations, and what authorities would you like to have on top of that you do not?
So I say that I have a Joint Interagency Task Force South, which is JIATF South, based out of Key West, that does has a detection and monitoring mission, and then we turn that information, that intelligence, over to law enforcement or to our partner nations, depending on which is closest and who is able to go after it and be able to disrupt it or interdict it. And so, and in terms of the authorities, I have the authorities that I need right now in order to do what I need to do based on the missions that I'm given in Southcom.
Looking forward just at the narrative of globally right now, is there anything that's on your radar that we may need to be briefed on?
So in the classified session, I can expand more upon all the activities that we're doing in the region. Certainly, I'm very thankful for all of the exercise funding and resourcing that I do get. I could do more. I'd like to get more into the Southern Cone and have more presence, more persistence presence, not just episodic where we visit and do maybe an exchange on cyber for a week or 2 weeks, or an exchange with our special forces. I'd like to change episodic to more persistent.
My next question may be for the classified setting. As a former SOCOM guy, is the SOCOM footprint in Southcom what you would like to see, or is that something that we could increase? And is their capabilities beneficial or continue to be beneficial?
Absolutely beneficial. The TSOC that I have, the Special Operations, the Theater Special Operations Command, SOCSOUTH as they're called, out of Homestead Air Reserve Base in Florida. Fantastic, huge enabler to what we do. And the presence and the activities and the training and enabling that they do with our partner nations is absolutely essential. And it really contributes to making our partners stronger.
As a border state, does the Southcom footprint, how is that handling the drug trafficking? And is there anything that we can do? Is there any authorities that you might need in that space?
So I would say we're not going to be able to interdict our way out of the drug trafficking. That's really, I think, going after the labs and going after the money laundering and getting after that follow the money piece of it is really the hard part, but that's really where we need to focus, because by the time that we're interdicting it, whether it's in the maritime domain, it's already been broken down 1 or 2 times already. It would be better to get it at the lab where it's being made and cultivated and things like that. But the interdiction is not going to solve the problem.
I have 30 seconds left. Is there anything that we haven't asked today that you could speak about that would help us help you?
Well, thank you, Congressman. It's really just the attention and the focus on this region and show that this region matters. This region is full of resources, and I worry about the malign activity of our adversaries taking advantage of that, looking like they're investing when they're really extracting. We have the lithium triangle in this region. 60% of the world's lithium, Argentina, Bolivia, Chile, have this. And it's taking resources away from these countries and from their people that are trying to deliver, these democracies that are trying to deliver for their people. And they're having a hard time doing it because of the malign activity of transnational criminal organizations.
Gentleman's time's expired.